Okay, so welcome to part 2 of my Born Pretty store product review. If you didn't see part 1, I will have a link to part 1 in the description box. So the next thing what we're going to talk about are these stamps here. They are individual discs, and the images, the difference between these and the metal ones are that the images are actually ingrained right here into the silicone rubber itself. And the technique for stamping these is actually completely different also. They are numbered, so we've got like A04, 02. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 basically. So if you're looking on the website, you can look for those numbers. There are more than just these 4, but you'll have to just take a look. Some of them are in small sets, and some are, I believe, individual. So just go ahead and check that out. I will always have product links in the description box. The interesting thing about these is that the images are not in the same order on the sticker as they are on here. It's actually sort of an opposite. So you don't want to try and line this up on your finger using this as a guide, because it doesn't work that way. So just keeping that in mind. The silicone itself, I don't believe they're meant to be taken apart, but they do easily pop out of the base. So if for some reason you got some nail polish stuck in the creases or something, you would be able to pull this apart and clean it out. So I'm going to pop that back in. And the technique for stamping with these is completely different from regular metal plate stamping. It's good or bad depending on your own preference, honestly. I'll do a demonstration after I show you these up close. So here is disc 1. These are the images on disc 1. And they show them in multiple colors because the technique for using these, is disc 2. The technique for using these makes it really easy. Let me refocus here. Makes it really easy for doing multiple colors. It just takes, it's a little bit longer process, but for those of you who use metal stamping plates and have a hard time working quickly, this will be good for you. It does take some fine detail work to make this work right, so if you have really shaky hands or something like that, this might be a trickier type of stamping for you. Here is disc 4. I love these kind of neat snowflakes, especially if you wanted to make them different colors. That would be kind of cool too. So let me go ahead and demonstrate using one of these discs. I think what we'll start with is just a traditional rose, okay? So I'm going to locate that on my disc, which is right here. And instead of a paper towel, I have regular paper as a base. And you'll see why I'm doing that in just a minute. Now, what I'm going to use, I have just white on my nails now as a base, just so that you can see things a little bit better. And the colors I'm going to be using are these 3 from Insta-Dry. I know I have to shake this up. This one is Magenta Moves, Brisk Blue, and Just in Lime. So since this is kind of a 2-color thing, and that way you can get the idea of the process, this is kind of how it works. What you do is, using the pink, I'm just going to cover the image. Doesn't matter, as long as you cover the whole area that you want to be pink, that's fine, but you don't have to be specific yet, okay? So I'm going to press that there, and then on the paper, I'm going to stamp this off until it looks clean. What will be remaining is the pink polish in the image. I do have a little bit extra here. Now, using a toothpick, I'm going to very gently just kind of roll and scrape, and I can pick up any polish that I don't want to be pink. So that means I can gently remove the leaves, for example. And the nice thing is that if the polish dries while it's in here, that's okay. That's kind of the way this one works, which is what makes it completely different from the metal plate stamps, okay? So I'm going to remove those leaves. It looks like I've taken a little bit of the flower with me too here. And I'm also taking off any smudged areas, okay? Then, here, let me get up close so you can see. Okay, so I've removed everything that was on the leaves and left the pink and the flower. Now what I'm going to do is apply green right over it. And it's okay that I covered the flower. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp off onto this paper, just gently tapping. Okay, and now you see I have the green. The pink is still underneath and will still show on your nails, but now I have to gently remove the polish with my toothpick. Oops, get back in frame here. Okay, so now I have that whole thing ready to go. So then all I have to do now is line it up with my nail, and I'm just doing this by visually looking here, and then I'm going to press that down and gently and slowly remove it. And then here we have this beautiful two-toned image. Isn't that cool? And you can do that with as many colors as you want, you know, for whatever image you're using. And that's what is so cool about it, is it almost looks now like I used a water decal or a sticker, because the colors can be so specific. So that's what's really nice about these. And then you can clean these up with nail polish remover if you get anything stuck. But yeah, it's actually that simple. It does take a little bit more time, but it does look more elaborate on the nail. So it's kind of, you know, for a preference. So that's how you use these. I thought these were really, really cool. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you as part of this review are these nail polish remover pads. They're scented, okay? They're in, you know, a small container. There are different scents. This one I obviously chose green apple. And it's a screw top, so it'll stay fastened, which is nice. Now in here are these very thin nail polish remover pads. They are slightly different from regular nail polish remover in that there's no liquid in the bottom of the dish, which is nice. So if you were carrying this in your purse or for travel, there's literally no liquid that comes out. The pads, however, are very damp, and the nail polish remover works just as well. I hate to almost remove this rose because it's so pretty. Let's just do a regular fingernail. Okay, they're real thin, but they take off the polish just like any other remover. The difference that I did notice is that because there is no like real liquid remover in the dish, it's because these pads have kind of an oily type remover. They don't smell anything like nail polish remover, so if you are one of those people who hates the smell of nail polish remover, especially the acetone type, these literally all I can smell is just this green apple scent, which is really, really nice. And as far as preference, you know, it will leave your nails kind of oily, which I suppose is very good because it's moisturizing. However, you wouldn't want to polish right over this oil, so you'd want to use something, wash your hands afterwards or something to get the oil off before applying new polish. However, I think it's really convenient to have these, especially when you're traveling or can't carry a bottle of nail polish remover with you. And I mean, they'd be good for everyday use too if you don't like the smell of remover. But see, I mean, it comes off nice and clean. And you can see I have a little bit of oily residue on there. And so I'm just going to rub that into my skin and let it become a moisturizer. So I thought that was kind of neat. So if you're looking for something like this, check that out. Again, links in the description box, and you can check out the other scents they have as well. And I guess that covers it. So the other products that I had are in part 1 of this review. I do think that these are really cool stamping pads, and I wanted to do this in a separate part because I wanted you to really see up close and personal in detail how this process works, and I didn't want to have to do any fast forwarding so that you can see in real time how long it really takes to do one of these stamped images. But that's really neat. It's a totally different type of stamping system, which is really cool, and the images all seem to be really good. I don't think that you have as much of a depth issue as you would in, say, a metal plate as far as quality of images. So it's really up to just your technique as far as how well they apply. So just work slowly with these, and the slower you work, the more crisp you're going to get as far as images. So that's it for this one. Thank you again to Born Pretty Store. I loved the products. And if you guys want to check that out, please be sure to read the things in the description box. And as always, there is a coupon code you can use for 10% off your order, Gina K31. That one does not expire, so you can use it whenever you want to. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this one. I hope you guys have found this helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.